Okay, we're going to talk about grinders because the old cube mill died again. It seized up, and so I think this is the sixth time. I'll have to rebuild it. I might not be in a rush to do it, but I think the little driver will grinded the gears or something again. But it's been plagued, the old cube mill. I really like the functionality of it, the way the micro adjustment and all the parts of it. That's why I ended up with the ice steel in the end, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, the old cube mill took the dump again. God, it's been an endless um, lemon, the old cube mill. But anyhow, I also have the Capresso. I used to use this too, and it was barely usable at one. You had to tamp so hard you could make something work, but the tamp was really hard and hard to do. But it works really good for the cold brew, and it's just a basic operation, but it's been a workhorse, $80 or whatever. And yeah, so I'm using this for cold brew, and maybe even for the Bellman. I might be, well, I like my espresso grind for that, but anyway, I've been using that for the cold brew too. And then this grinder, which is a nice motor, it's heavy duty, pro model, all that stuff, but it never could set to grind enough to do espresso, even though I like the look of it. So I was, you can order these other burrs and this kit, and that was there. I might even be around again, but I think it's a little bogus. And then there was someone who, I went with their instructions to take it apart, but the way it wasn't exactly right. So I did try to adjust this to grind closer, but it kind of seized up. Yeah, it didn't really work. So so what we're doing in other shows, we'll take it apart because see that the adjustment can only go so far now because I messed with it with these instructions. Yeah, they weren't really right. He didn't really know, but it's a pretty big machine. We'll see if it gets going. It's a little seized because of that too right now. So maybe we'll just pop this off with these two like I did last time, and we'll maybe get it going again. It might be good for the cold brew too because it's a full machine. It's too bad they didn't do the burrs enough for espresso or something. It has a big motor, you know how it is. And then yeah, my old go-to is the B plus. There's a lot of hand grinders, Kinu, all these ones people go on, but I like this one. It's well made, looks pretty cool. And I know some of the newer versions have a carrying case and stuff. There's been a couple bits, but yeah, this one works good. So that's the grinder news. But yeah, down again, just over and over and over. But that's why I ended up going over here to the ice steel. Hi, Bobo. What are you doing? Yeah, and that's how I got here on the ice steel. I mean, it's really been just going and going several years now. No trouble, easy to clean up. I brush it out. This is how it looks after I use it. I've used it probably 4 times today. So you can see, this is real time how I use it. And yeah, that's why I went to the ice steel. So I try to stay away from all those, I try to stay away from all the fad grinders. You keep seeing them coming up, and if you're shopping for a grinder, what I look for is the ones that people aren't selling used too much. And they're a little hard to find because that means that they're happy that they got the grinder new and they're not letting it go. But, anything you have to shim up or buy extra stuff for or experiment or, I don't know. Seems like you should be like I did with the ice steel. I bought it and I plugged it in. I adjusted it for the grind I wanted, and now it's just been going there ever since. Probably the only thing it ever had happen is the little indicator light on the switch flickers now and then, but that's a lot of these nowadays. But yeah, it's been working flawlessly, and that's why just look for a grinder that has a good long term that's just going to go for you. People buy all these grinders, but then they're buying the next one and the next and the next. Are they really that much better, or you're just never satisfied with them? This one I got, it's been working nonstop. Has the same functionality here, but much better quality. This is a whole different unit, and it just never has worked well. It just breaks every, I don't know, it goes like 3 or 4 months pretty good, and then that's it for it. But anyhow, ice stills always work for me. No one pays me anything. This one's been a good for what it's been. I've done a lot with this grinder, and you know, if you don't have enough money for a big expensive one, you can do something like this. And you know, if you tamp super hard, you can get by with it for a La Pavoni, but it's not ideal. But yeah, it works good. This one we'd like to see get going. We'll mess around with this on another show. We'll just pop it off, unrehearsed, and see what happens. And then of course the old hand grinder is always a winner, and it's out on the cart now. I used to keep this one there, but it died. So we're going back to the original. And yeah, so next show we're gonna we got our San Diego trip on our next show, and I'm gonna do a bunch of coffee makers, a bunch of different ones. I got out some that I had for years, the old style I used to use, fully automatic, and yeah, that's it. And then we have the coffee from Colombia coming, for that's our next stop, and the project's going. I got a couple parts I had to order, and yeah, that's evolving. You just see a little bit of it now and again, but it'll finally be there. It'll be pretty amazing. But anyway, find the grinder you like. Avoid the fad grinders. Wait till they're tried and true a little bit. And yeah, look for one people rarely sell and order it new, because that's the one that keeps working for everybody.